What's up guys? Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I know you like our shooting videos and our airsoft stuff, so I thought I would try something out. This is Bryn, this is my girlfriend. Say hi. She has never really shot guns much before, right? You've shot once.
Just one, yeah.
Okay, what'd you shoot?
M24 sniper rifle.
Okay, wow, okay. I've never even shot an M24 sniper rifle.
It's because you're not as cool.
Wow. Let's see what I have to deal with. So I'm gonna teach Bryn the basics of shooting, and once she feels comfortable, then we're gonna go to the range and actually shoot, and we're gonna put those skills to the test. Today, we're going to shoot the Glock 19. It's a 9mm handgun. It's extremely reliable, it's light, it's just all around great gun. Done a couple things to it. I've added a Haley Strategic skimmer trigger, which reduces the trigger pull down to 3.5 pounds, and it's a lot crisper than the normal Glock trigger. I have some night sights installed, and then I have this TLR2 installed, which is a light. So I've been shooting guns since elementary school. I've had instructors, I've taken firearm training courses. I am no professional by any means, but I have been doing this for a while, and I'm gonna take everything I've learned, condense it, and teach Bryn how to shoot guns the way I shoot guns. Obviously, safety is super key, so all our guns are gonna be unloaded. So the #1 rule is trigger discipline. Your finger should be completely straight against either the slide or the frame of the gun. That's because if your finger is touching what is called the trigger guard, and you trip, or if you sneeze, you might grip the trigger on accident. So it's a good rule of thumb to learn to keep your finger straight against the frame right here. That's what I do. Second, most important rule is that you never point the gun at anybody.
Damn it.
Yeah. That means you always point in a safe direction, and if there is no safe direction, you point it straight down. Those are the two main safety rules. So the first thing you're gonna learn is grip, and then you're gonna learn stance. So when you grip the gun, the key is to have your hand as high up on the gun as possible. If your hand is here, when you're shooting the gun, the slide is gonna recoil back. When it recoils back, if there's all that leeway room, it's gonna recoil way more, as opposed to if you're choked up on the gun. If you're choked up really high up on the gun right here, the recoil is gonna come straight back, and it's gonna affect your arm way less. You wanna grip it tight to the point where right before your hand would start to shake. That's how tight you wanna grip the gun.
Okay.
You wanna have a grip to the point where if I wanted to grab this gun and take it out of your hand, I wouldn't be able to. So you get a nice high tang grip is what you call it. You're gonna place your thumb right there, and then this thumb is gonna go on top like that, okay? So basically, these grooves, your fingers are gonna lace into like that. So stand and square off, okay? Spread your legs apart a little bit. Bend your knees slightly, okay? A little bit more, bend your knees a little bit more, okay? So your feet should be about shoulder width apart. You always wanna face your target. And what you're gonna, yeah. And what you're gonna do is you're going to try to make a triangle with your body. Your chest is the flat bottom of the triangle, and your arms are gonna make the tip, okay? And you're gonna aim out. So you're gonna lean forward slightly, bend your knees, don't lock your knees. Okay, and then lean forward a little bit. It helps if you bend your knees a little bit more. Okay, cool. So, see how sturdy that is? When the blow of the slide goes back, the recoil is gonna go equally into both arms, into your shoulders. So then now what I want you to do is from this position, I want you to bring it up. And then as you bring it up, I want you to push it out, like this. Nice, that was very clean. It's called punching out. It's a lot of things to keep in mind.
Yeah, this is like gun yoga.
Yeah, so your stance looks good, your grip looks pretty good. Now it's really only about aiming and pulling the trigger.
Okay.
When you're using handgun, you're mostly gonna be dealing with close range targets.
Okay.
So most of the time in a shooting situation, you're not gonna have time to aim down your sights. But first, we're gonna start with the basics. You're gonna aim down your sights. Let's say you're in a situation where you have time to actually have the luxury of aiming. So this is your front sight and this is your rear sight. Whenever you're shooting handgun, you're gonna focus on the front sight. So what I want you to do is look on the front sight and focus that. The back sight should be kind of blurry, okay? So in a close range situation, you're gonna focus on this.
Yeah.
Never lean back from the gun. The gun is not gonna hurt you. It's not scary, it's your friend. So that's the basics of aiming. Now the most important part of shooting a gun is squeezing the trigger, because that is where the accuracy comes in completely, and that's where the skill really shows. So I'm gonna teach you how this trigger works. So the gun's empty, so slides back, so the trigger's ready to pull. There's a little bit of slack you're gonna pull back, and you're gonna feel a wall. Once you get to that point, if you squeeze a little bit harder, it'll break, okay? I just want you to get used to feeling what that feels like. So now take your finger, wrap it around the trigger, slowly squeeze until you feel that wall, and then watch this front sight, and I want you to squeeze that trigger back until it cracks without moving the top of the slide.
Okay.
Go for it. Okay, so you saw how it kind of like shook and wiggled a little bit? Your goal is to get to the point where this thing doesn't move at all when you squeeze the trigger. Okay. Because you imagine the slightest movement of this gun.
What if I just have shaky hands, because I do?
That's another thing. Okay, go ahead and try to squeeze it. That was better. So you seem to get that down pretty well. So this is the final part of the trigger I'm going to teach you. It's called trigger reset. So when you fire the gun, it's going to slide back and recycle. But if you see, my finger is still pulling the trigger back. So what I'm going to do is slowly release my finger to reset it, and you'll hear a click. That click means that now I'm back at that wall and I'm ready to fire. If you fire the gun and let go and it cycles, you're gonna have to reacquire the trigger, then re-find that wall and then squeeze again. That has a ton of room for error. So you're gonna reset, squeeze, reset, squeeze. Keep an eye on the front sight without having it shake or move. Squeeze and pull back until it breaks. All right, hold it there. So I'm gonna simulate the slide, loading the next round. So now, slowly release until you hear a click. Now you're reset. Okay. And you feel how you're still at that wall. Now slowly squeeze again. Great, you're a really fast learner. That's the basics. Again, most important is trigger. Obviously safety is actually the most important. But when you're actually firing, trigger is super important, and keeping your sight as still as possible. And to help you do that, you have to breathe, okay? Because if you don't breathe, your hand's gonna start shaking, your grip's gonna get all weird and clammy, and you're gonna miss, and your trigger discipline's gonna be bad. So breathing is
breathing comes in handy sometimes.
Sometimes. With that said, let's put it to the test, and we're gonna go to the range and actually do some live firing.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. So it's a pretty decent group. This one squeezed the trigger a little too. You can see it popped off to the side here. All right, so you're gonna aim for this red. So your goal is to just get all your shots in this red. Okay, so bend your knees. Pull back until you feel the wall. Yeah. And then breathe and take time to aim. And once your aim is steady, slowly squeeze back until it breaks, okay? Okay, so in the shoulder. That's pretty good. That means you're shooting, you're aiming for here, and then when you squeeze the trigger, you're squeezing and pushing the gun to the left a little bit, which is why your shots are hitting here. Let go. There you go. So, wide stance. Bend your knees. So you hit the body. I noticed your whole body tensed up right before you fired the gun. So don't anticipate the shot, okay?
I have no upper body.
I know, it's fine. A lot of people do that. Yep, you hit him right here. That was a dead-on shot. That's good. That meant your trigger discipline was on point.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, you gotta start doing some push-ups. It's pretty good for your first time. If you want to hit here, aim as if you're gonna try to hit around here, okay? Nice, very nice.
Way off.
Yeah. It was too low. Huh?
My arms get tired really quick.
I know.
Oh, I'm so weak.
You're a little weak
So-
person. Got some weak ass arms there. Gotta do some pull-ups or something. That's really good though. Here. So that was your first shot. Really good. You still hit the red. Second shot, dead center. Third shot, you got a little cocky. You let your trigger discipline get past you, and you pull off a little bit. Fourth shot went a little wild, but you still got him in the net. Still got him in the net. Really huge improvement from the last paper. It's huge, huge improvement. Really good. All right, so I brought my AR-15, so we're gonna shoot that. It's a lot easier to shoot than a pistol. So this is my AR-15. I got a new sight for it, so I gotta sight it in. So we'll see how it goes. It's very easy to shoot. You pop the mag in. Okay, it's on safety. This is safety, and that's fire, okay? Normally there's a thumb hole, but since we live in California, I can't have this thumb hole. So you're gonna grip it like this. Still finger off the trigger, keeping it against this thumb. You're gonna put your cheek against here and aim down till you see the red dot. And there's a dot in the center that wherever you shoot, that's where it's gonna land. Oh, you got it right in the cheek. Nice shot.
Alright, I think I'm out of strength.
Huh?
I'm out of strength.
Okay,
Out of
so,
upper body strength.
so click it on safe
Okay.
and then put it down. Let's take a look at your shots. Hey, guess what? You hit every single shot, right in the face. Bang, 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 bang. So dead? She owes her life to you now. How's that feel? All right, so we just got done shooting. What did you think?
It's very loud.
It's very loud
I'm very weak.
activity.
But
Your
it was
arms are
fun.
very weak. But you had fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You did really well. You progressed and your accuracy got much better as you shot. So showing improvement is the most important thing. And by the end, you were hitting it basically dead on. So it's pretty good, I gotta say. I like to thank Brent for being a big, huge cutie and great at shooting guns for the first time. Again, I'm no professional. If you guys want to learn how to shoot like a pro, then you're gonna have to get training courses and lessons. Definitely invest in them. I'll have links in the description below for all these reputable training courses and instructors you can find. Highly recommend it if you have the time and money. It's invaluable skills you'll learn, way better than any YouTube video you could watch. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
If they have a gun, you'll know because they'll be like going real slow. Oh, there's one with a gun.
Drop the gun!
Dang, you're on quite a run here, D.